Hello and welcome to another Nikomedia tutorial. So, it's late, but I wanted to do something because it's now longer. It's been longer than I made the last tutorial and I'm still busy. But I have good news, so I think I will have in future one or two guys they are working with me, and so I will have more time for my tutorial things and so on. But now I got the question. And this I can do quite quick. We have now 9:30 p.m. here. This is okay. And this was something like this, how to do something like this. And it's almost the same. I got on my Facebook group another question, and it works more or less the same. But I will do another one for the other. But this should go quite fast. I've seen this, and then you see this is from Little Rug Shop. Tumblr.com, so and I will link this in the description of the video. And there are some of these nice things here. You see, there are really nice things. So then this was for the Patreon, so I thought I will do it now. And then I tried it, and I came up with something like this first, and something like this, and this, and this. And this is exactly what the guy who asked me wants. So that this was what he really needed. So, and I will show you how it works. Almost everything the same here. The last of this is just some clones, and these are some clones too, but with a sphere. Let's do it simply. Okay, I start with the first one, and this was with the sphere. So with this 6-side thing here. For this I made a sphere in icosahedron type, and I need here low things or something like this. 10 is okay. Here I have this 6-side thing. Okay, what I do now is make this editable with C on the keyboard, point mode, and I delete just this one point here, and I have this hole here. This is what I want. And then I need this point here, because when I do this now in a subdivision surface, you see I have a round hole here. This is not what I want. So I want here a 6-side. So what I have to do is go in point mode, and with UL for loop selection, I want to loop here. So I go here to subs, okay. And MS for no, let's not make MS for barrels. I make it with a barrel deformer, so I can change this later on a little bit. So I make from this point, so this selection is a selection tag. It's not. Oh, here it is a set selection. You see, now I have a point selection. If you don't have it in your toolbar, go select, and here set selection. Okay. Oops. And now I select my sphere, and we shift click on the bevel deformer. Shift click makes the bevel a child of the sphere, and I drag in the bevel deformer under selection tag, so I don't need to use angle then. And what I want to bevel is the edges, not the edges, the points. And you see, now we have here some things, so I don't want any subdivisions here. And this should be fine so far. When I now make the subdivision surface, you see, we get a 6-side thing here. And when I want this sharper here, simply go to the bevel. I have here offset, so I hold my Alt key and go down here. And as more as I go down here, you see, now it's a little sharper here. And this is exactly what I want. Good, then let's see. I want a little thickness, of course, so I go to my bevel here, also to my sphere. Good. And I take this Pi extrude generator. You will find the link in the description for it. This is a free plugin, and it's from the Maxon Labs. And yeah, and I could normally use here the cloth tag, the cloth object or something else, but I prefer this So I hold my Alt key, and so with the Alt key it becomes a parent here from the sphere, and just see we have thickness here. But I want not 2 centimeter, 2 centimeters, okay, but I want caps here, and I want this a little sharper here, so to make some subdivisions. 1, 2, seems nice, okay. Yep, that looks fine. Good. And I want to see just the eyes palms, so they have a better look. And now I make simply a second one of this. Control and drag it down here, and simply make this sphere smaller. Go to my sphere, T for scale, and just scale the sphere down. Something like this. Let's say it's about 20 centimeters. You see here I have 20. This is okay. And let's see, so this is 2 centimeters. This is okay. And now I take these 2 pi extrudes here and put it in a cloner. So I make a cloner, MoGraph cloner. Let me get under the subdivision surface here and put these 2 under the cloner. And in the cloner I don't want any precision here. What I want is, instead of iterate, I want blend here. And what you see is okay, we have this. And if I, let's say, take 30 clones, oops, whoop, I get something like this. This is exactly what I want. And now when I simply rotate my small sphere here, I could do this here with in the rotation as well, but I want to rotate my sphere here and simply rotate the sphere 180 degrees, let's say. Oops, I get this. And this is exactly what I did. See, okay, this looks not really nice, so I go to my subdivision surface, give it 1 more subdivisions here. Now it looks rounder. Perfect. Of course you can give 50 here, but be a little careful. If you have a weaker machine, you don't use too many clones, because it does not work with render instances. When I go to render instances, you see I get this. I don't know if but it does not render it too, so let's see. No, it does not render it too. So what does it render here? No. Okay. Oops, yips. So I go back to my instances, and let's say 50 maybe. So but be careful that it does not intersect here somewhere. Okay, this intersection is okay. So, and that's it. So this is this one, and this is exactly what this guy wanted. And now I want to show you how to texture this. For the texturing, well, let's do it in. It's the same for Octane or for the physical render. This is exactly the same. We only need a shader effector. So I go to the cloner, make a shader effector. I do it now with the physical render, and then we will do it with the Octane render. And yeah, so cloner, and select my cloner, then I use a shader effector, shader effector, boing. And in the shader effector, because I selected the cloner before, the effector is automatically in here under the effectors in the cloner. If it's not here, if the effector is not here, simply drag it in. So shader effector, I want to shade this thing. Shading, I want to shade this with a simple gradient. And the gradient hue should work, no cycle. And we see nothing. Let's see. Okay, we don't see anything. This could be because of the subdivision surface. Let's turn off the subdivision surface, and here in the shader effector, yeah, this is on, but I don't want alpha strength. Yep, this works. But I'm afraid we don't use the subdivision. Yeah, then it does not work. So that means we can simply correct this. We have only to bring the cloner out here and bring this to in the subdivision surface. I make here another subdivision surface. Bring this under the cloner, bring the extruder in, another subdivision surface. Bring this extruder in, and now it works with subdivision surface. Good. Let's see. Let's render this. Okay, to see it a little better, I bring in, of course, my Nikomedias Scene Rig. So, zack, bring it in. What we see here is the floor of the rig. I don't want the floor here. Background and floor. Floor off. Ding, ding, ding. Okay, and I even want the camera here. So, go to my camera, and I want to center out the camera here. So, I go to the camera and say reset PSR. And then give it a protection tag, and in the protection tag I only say set I can move in Z direction. So now I can move in Z direction, and I'm exactly in the middle of the scene now. And here is now everything is here 0, 0, 0, 0, X 0, Y 0. Just in the C and the Z I can work. This would be a nice effect here. So okay, I don't want to see the camera, and now let's make a material for this. So I make a new material. My default material is just a glossy material. Here is just color, and in the reflectance I have GGX here, and in the Fresnel I have the pad, dielectric pad. You can see 100% reflection and 10% roughness. That's it. Of course, later on the patrons can download the file, the project file. So I bring this on my cloner. Going. What I can do now is I go to my color channel and say I want to work with a color shader here. So that works. And now I can work here with the colorizer to make different colors. So when I put in the colorizer, you see we get different colors. Or I can work in the shader effector itself. So I go to the shading here. I can use here simply go gradient, load the preset, take the heat preset. This works as well. But I think it's better to work here in the material editor. So, because here you have everything in one. So if you want more roughness or something else, like you don't have to go first here and then here and then here. So what I do is I go back here to the shading here, and I bring here in a colorizer. So, and here of course we have now some presets. I don't know which one I used. I think I used maybe I use this. And if it's too much black for you, you can go see, you can simply make this like you want, like ever you want. I don't want it white, so I can make it here a node, a new node. It's not totally white. Delete this and go with this to here. Nicer, at least for me. Let's see what we get when we render it. Okay, now I could make dark background maybe. So go to background and floor. Make a darker background. Go to here. Oops. Oops. So now I should have a dark background. Yep. but I want here, I don't want it don't want it dark, I want it so. Delete this. To delete the node, just drag it down. So click on it and drag it down. So because you can play here however you want, no question about it. Maybe do so and bring this one. With Control key, you can copy one node. So this would be a nice effect too. You can animate everything, of course. Go here to 1%. Let's see how it looks. Maybe to 0.1%. I want just the outer one. Yeah, that's better. 0.05. Okay, yeah, this is okay. So I just show you how to make to texture this. You see, it's totally easy. And yeah, but here maybe it's a lighter background here maybe. Or bring in a colored background, or whatever you want. So this is here with for the physical render, and for the Octane render it's exactly the same. This is nothing different. So that of course for the Octane render I cannot use the rig Ultimate. I have to use the Octane rig. So I delete this rig here. I delete the material here. Make a new material for the Octane material, glossy material. Every time I work with the node editor, you know it. Go to my node editor and do here exactly the same. Bring in a color shader, a MoGraph color shader. Bring it under diffuse, and in between here, just drag in a colorizer. Whoops, and drag it, of course, on our Kloner. And now let's see what we get. Yeah, and it works. Okay, that's smaller. And what can we do here? Yeah, here with the rig we can do the same. I can bring in the Octane rig. So let's start to render again. Okay, in the Octane rig I want to see the background, darker background, and we have here almost the same. Of course, here it would be better with another. First I want a little roughness. And here it would be better a different HDRI. So go to my HDRIs here, Shift F8. So let's go to the presets. To my these are my HDRIs. So I think you don't have this in your. Maybe you made your own library, and then yes, you have it. But because often people ask me, hey, why I don't have this HDRI? Yeah, this you have to do yourself, and I explained in many videos, in many tutorials how to do this. Just go under File, New Preset Library, and you can just drag and drop in your HDRIs. So bring in this one maybe, and this looks better. Rotate it a little bit. Okay, here I can play a little with the sheen here, so that I don't have this white sides. So go a new float material, go sheen, and let's see. So see, now I get darker sides. And I have a wonderful thing here. Of course, here bring in the gradient whatever you want. So inverted gradient. Something. It's not the best gradient, I think. Yeah, something like this. That looks nice. Yeah. Okay. This is this. So I leave it now with the texture. So that you see now how to texture it. Now I simply show how you can make different shapes or something else. You can do this with everything. So what's really nice, I want a little brighter thing here. Oh, I could take the gradient. Wait. I deleted the gradient, so it doesn't matter. So now that it's I want here something brighter so you can see it better. Something like this maybe, and bring away this dark one. I don't want the dark one, so come on. Yeah, and here I don't want it so dark too, so okay. And here you have a wonderful thing. So let's say go to the Kloner and play here with the step rotation here. So here only 2%, 1%, 2%, 2%, and you get a total different thing. Look at this. It looks great, huh? With 1%. Yeah, that looks even better. Of course, you can make a second sphere and give it here a full 360. Then you get something like this. So you have, oh, that looks nice. That looks great. Yeah, I like this one. I like it. It looks really great. I saved this. This is nice. Save and what's called spiral thing, whatever. Okay. And now let's make another one. So I stop this. I copy this whole Kloner thing here. So this is backup folder. Drag the Kloner in here. So okay, and save it. Now no Kloner. With NQ you can disable the textures. And now I go to my spheres and I make different spheres. So I delete the spheres here. Whoop. Okay. Make another sphere. I made one with a star. Then so this was this. Okay. NH back to 10 again. No, 10 is not. Oh, 10. Okay. And what I did here is I'm at camera on, but this is okay with the camera on. Let's convert it with C. Then I select this. Something like this. Just delete it. And again with UL in point mode. Now I still have these things here, so this should work. Yep. Another selection tag. Bevel deformer. Selection tag inside. Use it. Points here. No subdivisions. And now we should have here. Aha, here I have my. In the OCTANE Rig I have the floor on. I don't want floor here, so good. You see now with the bevel deformer it makes us these things here. So that means when I bring this in a subdivision surface, I get sharper edges. And here again I can go down with the offset. Okay. And simply we have now the Kloner here. I make a second one of this. So don't need the subdivision, this was just to show you. A second sphere, T for scale. Scale it down again to about 20 centimeter. Here's 20. Yep. And 360. Back. And bring the first one in the first extruder. The second one here. And when I put on the Kloner, and I should have now the same here, just with this thing here. Turn on the camera. You see? Man, that looks nice. That looks nice. Because, but here you see, we have too many clones. We intersect here. So let's do this with less clones. Let's see, 30 here. Still too much. Then we could say just with the second here, make just 180 maybe. Yeah, now it's better. Now we don't have intersections. And it looks great. So let's make this without this 1% here. So it's exactly in the middle. I really like it. You see how easy it is, and you have so many. You can do so many with this. And yeah, what you can animate this wonderful. Just animate the rotation maybe. So of the sphere. When you go to the sphere coordinates, animate this 180 degrees maybe, or animate the small sphere. This you could do. Let's try this. I did not try this, but want to try it. Let's see if I can hide the. I still see. This is because of the rig here. I see the little bad. Maybe without the shade effector, yeah, so we see it better. Yep. And let's make NA so that we can hide our things. Okay. And if you go to, let's say, a simple circle. Take a circle. Let's see here how big our circle should be. T for scale. Scale it a little down. So something where we are. So we are here. Okay. Now I give this circle a line to spline tag. Bring in this circle spline and say on frame. You see, is here. Let's say on frame 0, I want to be on position 0. On frame 100, I want to be on position 100. So save it, and now I simply can animate this. See, it's great. See, it's really fun. But here, you see, you have to be careful. Here it intersects again. So we could make less clones again, or less rotation. Or we could say this is art. It has to be like this. Or you can make of course, when you make the circle smaller here, just go to here, object, make the circle only 30, then you see we don't get this you can do so much with this, but I don't want this now here. Like, away with the circle, away with the align to spline tag, bring back this to the 0 position, reset PSR. Okay. Even this looks good without rotation. 180 and a little here, 1 maybe, or 2, and let's see what we get. Oh, the shade effect is not on. I don't get. Kloner has it. This is okay. Shade Effector should work. Everything should work normally. Maybe I have to take it again. No. Cannot go. I have the selection tag. I want it. Here, no selection. Now it goes. Okay. Good. And the last one I did was F6. This one it works almost the same. Here you could do it with a cube or something else, but here I did it a little different. So let's see. It was a little more complicated, but I wanted to try it. So again, I simply hide and this. Whoopsies. I just disable everything because I believe that this deformed everything, even if the things above it are deactivated, it will be calculated anyway. I'm not sure. I think it is so. That's the reason I deactivate everything. So I copy this. So and okay. I don't need this. And again, here now I don't need. Do I need the price? No. Here I need just the cloner. So delete everything here. So I'm back in a second. Someone is on my door. Sorry. Okay, this was an emergency. The neighbor got a visit and he has no beer or wine at home, so really an emergency. Good. So now let's do it. So I don't need the subdivision surface either, I think so. I deleted. What I made is a spline. Yeah, I made it with a spline. So tiefer. Let's go to here, so and make 5 points for the moment. And yeah, it was the same almost, but and this spline again, but with a smaller one, of course, a cheaper scale. So let's make it something like this. And now you can do this with the cloner the same. So I can go with the blend. Whoops. This is interesting because first we have this here, so, and here of course we need now in that direction we need a little space. So let's see, something like this should be fine. Let's go to 50. No, not 550. 40. We can change this whenever we want. And here again, also Now here I could make this one. Let's see. You get the craziest things here. Anyway, but when I now bring this in a extrude, let's see if the whole Kloner in an extrude is not a good idea, I think. Here what we need, of course, is bring it to hierarchical. Whoop, okay. And you see we get this, and I want exactly the other side of the star. So this extrude is too extrudy. Okay, so how do we do this? It's quite easy. Let's deactivate this blue. I go to my star here, and first I make a rectangle. So the rectangle should be bigger than the star, of course. Okay, so T for scale, and let's bring the star in, so or make 6 sides of the star. So we don't have it here so small space, and here so big space. So let's make 6 points. Then it should be nice in the middle. Okay, that's nice. Good. And the rectangle here, and the same rectangle for the other star. It doesn't matter if it's above or down. Let's see. So, and I bring this star and the rectangle in a connect object. I don't want to I could take both and say connect object and delete, so I get one spline. But this is not what I want, because when I want later on, I want to change maybe the points of the star, and this is later on is impossible. So let's make connect object. Oops, here is the connect object. And another one, so the first one under the Kloner, so these 2 inside. Then the second one in here, so these 2 inside. And now let's see what we get. Kloner is fine, so okay. You see the color shader still works here. And extrude. And now we have this, yep. Let's go closer, let's go to the camera. Okay. And now again we can see what we can do. So first, let's see what we get. Nice. Shading works not like we thought it would, but we can work with this. But for the moment, what do I do? I want more clones, and I want here in the Kloner, let's say 180. Does it? Does nothing? Come on. Well, it does nothing, so that's... I remember I had some problems before as well, so... come on, so... And want to see the Kloner, so... Don't extrude. And... why did I do... 108... but... So... Zero it out, and when it's... Well, 180 it's the same then, of course. Yeah, this is it. I have to go to 90 or something else, but not of 180. 108, but I should see the spiral then. Let's see. And so okay, see it. So. it looks nice, but I want, of course I want more clones. I want many more clones. And what I want is, let's go to zero here. What I want is here some kind of bevel here. So we cannot make the points round on this. There is nothing, I think. Is there a round? No, we cannot twist. Okay, this could be interesting too. But it's a little bit, because it cannot make the points here and here around us. So for this we can do it, but for this we would have to make it editable again. And this is not what I want. So, but what I can do is, in the extrude, I can give it some caps here, fillet caps. 3, 1, 3, 1, or something like this. Okay, that looks nice. And I want, of course, many more clones. So let's say maybe 100. And here again, be careful. I try this 100. I'm cool. Some people say so, some people say so, cool or stupid. Now come on, you can do it, believe me. Are you dead now? That wouldn't be nice. Come on, 100 is it does nothing. It should do something. Yeah, I know the reason. Go back to 30. I am per step. I have to go to endpoint so that it stays at this, let's say 1000. We don't need thousands. I think it's enough with 500, so I don't need so many clones. Should be 60 enough then. Yeah. Okay, back to the camera. And now rotate it. Like this. 90 degrees. Let's see what we get. Yeah, it looks good. And the nice thing now is, because now I can go to the star and can say I want 8 points. And immediately we have this. And I can say don't twist the 20%. Okay, no, don't twist. But let's go to the cloner and do here the 2% here. That does nothing. That should do something. Okay. It's interesting. And again, please guys, show me what you do with this whole thing. Okay, now let's see why our thing does not work here. The shader effector. Somehow it should work, but let's see where the problem could be. I think. Could be because of the extrude here. Here we have just a spline, so you cannot texture a spline. It should work when I put the connects in an extrude. Let's see if it's true. So bring the cloner out, make a second extrude here. Bring this here, bring the connect and extrude. Make this again. Boom. And it immediately looks like it works. Yep. We are here. Look at this. It's nice. Yes, I think it's nice. It's really nice. save it. Yeah, this guy who asked me about this, he said he wants to make a logo. I mean, honestly, this is not a logo. For a logo, it's too many colors, too complicated. This is, yeah, it's maybe a nice thing on a website or something else, but if you have it on a don't know, on a pen or on a lighter or something else, the logo, you won't see it really. It's not really a logo. Maybe you make it when you vectorize it later on. Yes, okay. But it's definitely a nice thing. Definitely a nice idea. I like this. This looks like a nice flower or something else. Really nice. Okay. This it was. And please, people, show me your results on my on my Facebook group. I really like mostly almost every time your results are much better than mine. Yeah, of course. I try to make it as quick as possible in a tutorial. Let's go to 1000. Make it a little deeper, this whole thing. It's nice too, but then I have to change the gradient maybe, but it looks great. And the fun thing is when I go here to 180, now it works. Look. Okay. Yeah, it looks better. Of course, it looks better. This looks really nice. Okay, we are done for this. Okay, 45 minutes. That's a little more. And I hope this was not too boring for you. And I know it's not really a hard tutorial or something, but yeah, you can do this with different approaches. You can do, instead of the blend mode, you could try it with the step effector or something else. But I think this is the easiest way to do something like this. And yeah, play with your thoughts and just try it. And if you don't know, do it like me. So like now, I think I have the first time I've seen in the start there is a twist. Just when you see something and you don't know what it does, click on it. Don't believe me. Your computer won't explode or something else. So this is and if don't blame me, okay? But it's just try it. This is the way I learned most is just I gone through every menu and check what does this, what does this, what does this, and. Needs a lot of time, of course, but this is it's not just work. This is fun too. You see it, and if you have now, and then you have a surprisingly wonderful result, and you're happy as hell. So yeah. Okay, I hope you like this one, and I try to make more tutorials as soon as possible. But at the moment, it is simply not possible for me. I have too much to do. But as I told you, it looks like I got I will get this one or two people. They will work with me, and so if this works, then I have more time for the tutorials and everything. Yeah, that's it. So I wish you all the best here from Vienna. Now I will have a snack, I think, and then I go to bed. And yeah, have a nice week. And yeah, I try. Maybe I can do something tomorrow or on Wednesday again. And yeah, and guys, another thing. If you posted me already, or you had questions already to me, and I don't answer within, let's say, 3 days or something else, please please ask again or post again. Sometimes it's really that I forget. Sometimes I say okay, I write it on my list, and minutes later I forgot it. And sometimes I simply it's too less time at the moment, but then I will tell you. And don't be shy. You can ask me every third day. You can ask me if you want. So okay. And yeah, maybe sometimes maybe I have overlooked one email or one question or message on Facebook or something else. This can be, of course, too. Okay, so I wish you all a wonderful day or a good night if you are in my time zone, and hope you are with me in my next tutorial, and hopefully it will be soon. Okay, that's it, and now tschüss und baba.